Next question is, what patterns have you seen in companies that were able to make a successful exit in your venture capital past? So there are a variety of different things that, or a variety of different patterns that we saw in companies that were able to make successful exits. And they're very similar, shockingly, they're very similar to exactly what a VC looks for. And there's some things that are just pattern recognition, which you add up a lot of different variables, but there are 2 or 3 things that really move the needle in companies that were successful exits. Number one is and VCs argue about this all the time, these are the 2 most important things. One is market and one is team. And different VC firms believe that market is more important and different VC firms believe team is more important. But the reality is that regardless of which one, you want to make sure that you are in an enormous market. And I don't mean if you have a product that has something to do with clean tech, then you say your market is the entire energy market, which would be way bigger. If you're a solar panel, for example, or if you're a subset of that, you don't want to say that you're the entire energy market, as an example, or the entire clean tech market. You really want to focus on your TAM, your total addressable market, and how many people in that, whether pyramid of the TAM, are potential customers of what you're doing. And so segment that TAM, or segment that market structure by here's how fragmented it is, here's how many people are in the market, here's the total revenue of that, and here's how we're going to attack this portion of the market, or here's how we're going to attack all of the market, and here's why our product is potentially the best fit, whether it's this price point or that price point. And so market is one of the most important ones. And alongside that is what does the competitive dynamic of the market look like, and a variety of different things that go off in that market. Some VCs used to say they wouldn't invest in markets that are smaller than 500 million. That is now clearly it's way bigger than that from a VC investment. And the market needs to be in the billions, and ideally in the tens of billions, for someone to really look focused. But that's not to say that if the market isn't 50 billion, no one would invest. You really want to figure out, if the market is, whatever the size of that market is, how are we going to tackle it, and what's our strategy for our competitive advantage, either whether it's a technology or a go-to-market or whatever it may be. The second thing is the team. So it's not just what is their experience been in the past, but that is really important. Like, is this the person that co-founded a huge successful public company? Or was this a random guy that no one's ever heard of that is going to start a technology company but doesn't know anything about technology and can't code, and the company is going to start as a social network, but he's never used Facebook or Facebook or Twitter or Google Plus or LinkedIn. You want to make sure that the team is strong. So, are the co-founders, have they worked together in the past? If the company has anything to do with technology, is one of them a technical co-founder? Is really ideal. And you can look at things like educational background, although I personally found that less impressive. Some of the smartest people I ever met, in fact, did not have any advanced degrees, and didn't even, one guy in particular didn't even graduate from college. Extremely intelligent people, and you can pick this stuff up pretty easily. And so it's less about educational credentials, although some people will take a preliminary pass at that. It's really more about what have they done in their background or their experience to give them the credibility to say that I know this market better than anybody else, and I've found an underserved need, and I'm going to go through the process of determining how to best serve that market need. And here's how we're going to do it, and here's the team that I've brought with me, who I've worked with for 10 years, and here are the different experts that are really important for going through that process and building out the different structures of that team. And so those are the really big patterns that we have seen. So team and market, and there's a variety of different things that, as you scroll down, which are the intellectual property you have, and how much capital do you need to raise, and then you get into nuances, whether it's software or hardware, it's a SaaS-based business, it's a consumer product. 10 million users is the new 1 million users. And so Series A now is the equivalent of a Series B 5 years ago, and so the metrics are very different. But the big patterns that we've seen in companies that were able to make a successful exit in the venture capital past were ones that really focused on finding a phenomenally big market and that had phenomenal teams. Those are the two biggest things that people really focused on.